Hello, this is AFC Game by Game, and today I'm going to be talking about the Arsenal versus Manchester City match. Okay, where do I begin? It was an absolute shocking performance from Arsenal. I thought defensively we played quite soundly, but we gave Manchester City way too much space than we should have done. I mean, it was a very impressive lineup. We had the return of Abu Dhabi, who's obviously a contributing factor, and it was great for us at the start of the season. I didn't think he was at all that good for us today. And it's a real shame that we were missing the key in our midfield, Mikel Arteta. He missed today's game with a groin injury that he picked up in training yesterday. And I think it was really good that Diaby got his chance again after coming back after injury. Maybe I'd have started him on the bench, but Wenger obviously had faith in him to start. I was right to play. He was right to play him ahead of Ramsey, because Ramsey hasn't got as much pace or much solidarity as Diaby has. And I thought Diaby had quite a bad game today. Compared to his games that he had at the start of the season, he was pretty dreadful. He was giving the ball away a lot. He was making some good runs, but if I had to give him a rating out of 10, I'd maybe give him a 5. It just shows how much we missed Arteta today. Anyway, let's talk about the game. So we went into the game fairly even. Game of two halves. Looked like a game that we could definitely go out and win. Looking at the statistics, Man City haven't won up the Emirates ever. In the league, that is. They beat us in the Carling Cup once. And I definitely think that it was a game that we could have gone out and won if we'd have turned up. But Laurent Koscielny made a silly tackle in one of the 13th minute. He was hugging and holding back Edin Dzeko, which is something you don't do. It was a silly, basic mistake for a defender. Wenger should have taught him that, or Steve Bold. It was stupid. He didn't have to do it, and he got himself sent off in the press and gave away a penalty. So we were one man down. Per came on for Alexander-Chamberlain, which I thought was a bad move, seeing Diaby was having a fairly bad start to the game. I'd have taken off Diaby, not Chamberlain. Plus Chamberlain was an extra little spark to the game, and hit the ball off us forward. But he chose to take off Chamberlain, and you gotta respect his decision, even though I thought it was awful. Anyway, Edin Dzeko stepped up to take the penalty, and he sent Szczesny the wrong way, but Szczesny still managed to save it with his foot, which was absolutely brilliant, and it ricocheted off the post, and then back into Szczesny's arms. It was a great penalty save from him. There's only one, Wojciech Szczesny. It was a great save. He is a top keeper, and if it wasn't for him, today we would have lost 6 or 7 or 8-0. So I kind of got to have so much faith in him. He is a top keeper. He is so young, and he will be such a good keeper in the future. I have so much faith in Wojciech Szczesny. And anyway, we went on to carry on the game. It looked very much like we could score later on the second half, but Man City was still dominating us. And shortly after, towards the end of the second half, they scored again. It was a sloppy piece of defending. Szczesny parried it away, and it fell to Edin Dzeko, who just poked it into the goal. It was very unfortunate for us. We were now 2-0 down going into the second half. I thought maybe we could make a comeback like we did against Aston Villa in the FA Cup, where we came out to win 3-2, or against Tottenham where we won 5-2. But you can't do that against teams like Man City, because they would defend, they were solid at the back, and they were just pretty much dominated us in the second half. They were just passing the ball around for fun, really. I didn't see us make any attacking moves, and again Podolski went off in place of Giroud. Giroud was pretty rubbish today, pretty mediocre. I didn't see him do much. And I thought Walcott was absolutely garbage today. He made a few runs, but I'm sorry, I just want to say he cannot emulate Thierry Henry. They are two different players. The only similarity is that they're black. That's it. There's nothing similar about them. There are two different styles. Phil Walcott is a more Jermaine Defoe kind of player, whereas Thierry Henry, the most comparable player I think Arsenal got to Thierry Henry is definitely Olivier Giroud. But Walcott is a lot different. Sorry Walcott, but you are a winger. Although the amount of crosses we were putting in are predictable crosses, which Man City could see, they were just too predictable, and Walcott, because he's so small, can't get on the end of them. And we didn't exploit his pace today, which is something we definitely should have done. I know we were putting balls up there, we were hoofing up the field a bit towards the end, but we didn't use him to his full potential. And if we do want to score goals, we have to play Walcott, Giroud, Podolski up front. Because if we're going to cross, you want Walcott on your wing because he's fast, or Walcott and Chamberlain. That would be perfect because they're both really fast. And Podolski and Giroud are both big guys, so I think that would be perfect. But you can't. Walcott playing as a lone striker, it doesn't work. I mean, it would have worked with Van Persie because he's a big guy and he can finish very well. Walcott can finish very well, but it was a volley he made a hash of in the first, and made a really bad error in the second half as well. I know that Mike Dean was absolutely appalling today. I'm sorry, Mike Dean, but you were absolute garbage today. I have never seen a referee's performance that bad. He did the same against us a couple of years ago. Not a couple of years ago, about 8 years ago, when we lost our unbeaten title to Man United. He gave them an unfair penalty. I do think it was a foul, definitely by Lawrence Shoney. I'm not sure it was I'm pretty sure it was a sending off, but I just thought it was against us the whole game. There are a load of calls we should have had. Gal Clichy handled the ball at least two times at least, definitely. I definitely saw him handle the ball twice. From my perspective, we should have had a penalty as well. A lot of our players were being taken down, and there were times when Man City were making reckless, disgusting challenges, and they weren't getting any punishment for it. They weren't getting any cards. There was fair play. He did say company. He didn't say company off, but that was a bit late in the game, and there should have been one or two other players that I think on their team should have been sent off. Maybe to name a few, I would have to say Gareth Barry and James Milner. They were making disgusting tackles, and I saw Gareth Barry handle the ball right in front of my face. And where does this leave us now? Okay, so we're 21 points behind Man United, which is disgusting, disgraceful, humiliating, dejecting. It makes you not feel like an Arsenal fan, makes you feel more like a West Brom fan, and we're 6 points behind Tottenham. We do have a game in hand, but even then we'll only be 3 points behind them. We got to hope that they lose, and we have Chelsea next week. That is going to be such a worrying game. We've got to hope that Arteta's back for that. And then when we have another game against Swansea in midweek, and I'm sorry Wenger, but this is kind of your fault for not buying anyone. Fair enough, the players are saying it's not Wenger, it's us. We're underperforming. But I'm sorry, but what is making you underperform? It's got to be the manager. There's no excuse. We are 13 days into the transfer window now, nearly 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks to go, and he still hasn't bought anyone. This is getting really worrying. And one thing I don't want him to say is, oh, we don't need to buy a centre defensive mid because we've got Abu Diaby just come back from injury. That is not an excuse. He is going to get injured again at some point, and he was pretty shocking today. So I really don't want him to be. Well, we need to buy someone. Let's just say that we need to buy someone, and we need to buy a new striker and a couple of new centre backs, because now we have Koscielny suspended. If we get a player injured, we could have Skull actually playing for us, which none of us want. We probably should have kept Giroud, Johan Giroud. We should have kept him, I reckon, in my opinion. He was a pretty decent player, a bit of deadwood, but provided good cover in some places. And this is really a worrying situation for us. And one thing that really was horrible about today is that fans were being made to pay 60, 70, some even 100 quid to go to today's game. And when you pay that amount of money, you expect a result, at least a draw. But we didn't even get that. The players earn tens of thousands of pounds a week, and we're giving our money, which we earn like their week's wages in a year, and it's just horrible for fans like us. Being an Arsenal fan is definitely the hardest fan being. I mean, you can be a Man United fan, you can be a City fan. You're going to win something each season, so you don't really have to worry. But being an Arsenal fan, you go into each season expecting to win something, and you're always let down. It's horrible. Kind of makes you feel like you'd be happier supporting a lower league team, because then you wouldn't expect much. But we go into every season expecting things, which maybe we shouldn't anymore, because we should probably accept the fact that we're not really one of the biggest teams out there anymore. I'm really very worried about the Champions League spot, because Tottenham could definitely get it instead of us. Definitely, they could definitely get it. They probably have a stronger squad than us as well, to be honest. So, and one thing that's also quite horrible is, put us in this scenario, we go trophyless again, and say a team like Tottenham won the FA Cup and they got the Champions League spot instead of us. Say Mario Götze was to join one of the two, who would he join? The club that's in the Champions League or the club that's not in the Champions League? It's a simple answer. And, well, another thing that has to be addressed is that the likes of Nasri, Clichy, Kolo Touré, Robin Van Persie, were they wrong? They are traitors, but they're not wrong. They've pretty much all won something. Touré's got an FA Cup medal and a Premier League medal. Nasri's got a Premier League medal in his first season at Man City. Clichy also has. Song's gone to Barcelona. He's undoubtedly going to win the league there, even though he's not a massive part of their squad. And Robin van Persie is undoubtedly going to win the title with Man United, and they could even go on to win a couple more cups. So you've got to question, were they wrong? Maybe they weren't. It's very, very upsetting to be an Arsenal fan at this point, considering the possibilities that are to come. Again, fighting for third or fourth spot, I can effectively rule us out of the Champions League. I'd like to think we could get somewhere, but I can't see us beating teams like Bayern Munich. It's going to be a very hard game. If we could get a result, we're still going to be against teams like Real Madrid, Manchester United, Barcelona, teams that we know we can't beat. But maybe if we did grind out a result, maybe it'd be nice to get a cup run in that. But realistically, the thing that we have to focus on now is getting top four, which is what we normally do, and maybe getting a good, decent cup run in the FA Cup, which is just boring. And it's just not fair on Arsenal fans, really. I mean, it's so hard, going to be so hard playing Swansea at the week on Wednesday. That'll be a really hard game for us. I'd love us to win that, but I would love to put faith in us winning that, but I just can't. I can't right now, because I can't see us winning it, which is just horrible, considering they were playing 2 seasons ago in the Championship. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, it'd be great if you could hit the like button, hit the like button, sorry, and subscribe. And if you could follow me on Twitter and maybe like my Facebook page, that'd be really great. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you later, guys.